What's up, YouTube? It's your boy AyeQ back with another reaction video. And the video that we're going to do a reaction to today is from Melyssa Ford, who is a retired video vixen slash Instagram model. She dated a lot of rappers in her past and things like that. And it's funny that the video is titled, "What If I Never Meet the One?" And she ran through thousands of men. That's kind of crazy. Think about a woman running through mad dudes. And now that she's 50, she's saying, "What if I never meet the one after you met thousands of men?" Mm-mm-mm. It's crazy. Let's get into the video. Let me tell you about an app called Free Cash. Free Cash is the #1 app worldwide, allowing users like yourself to make money off their phone for free. If you want to make $200 plus a week for free, download using my link in the description or the QR code on the screen. If you download now for free using my link or QR code, you will get a free $5 into your account for free. That's $5 for free, no requirements. So download Free Cash today to make easy, quick, and free money.
Thank you. I went out one night with my girlfriends for, another appearance, and I had a very, 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 very tight ponytail. And I wanted to keep the ponytail, but by the end of the night, there was no way. And so my girlfriend, she sat me down on the floor. She sat like this and starts taking the ponytail out of my hair. And then, as soon as all the ponytail hair was out of my hair, without even asking, she started to massage my scalp. I remember what that felt like. It was just like all the good drugs, dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, flooding my whole brain and face and skin. And it also made me understand or led me to the thoughts that I don't know if I've really had an intimate relationship with a man in my entire life.
And that is crazy. She is 50 years old. So think about her mindset her entire life. Who got money? Who got the money? Who got the money? Who got the crumbs? This is a woman who is trained to go. And this is why I tell you all, dudes, it's impossible for a bird to care and love a man. She don't know how, because all she cares about is money. This is wild, bro. And she's 50. 50, bro. And she still got that bird mindset. Nasty.
Would you say that, like, I don't know much about your background. You talked to me a little bit about the home that you grew up in and walking up those steps in the part of Toronto that you were in, but we're all materialistic and we live in a capitalist society. But would you say that you identified with being materialistic? I mean, I think that there was a point in time where, money started to come in. So now I could afford things that I had never even dreamed of affording before. And then also I dated men of means, so I started flying by PJ and staying in, wonderful hotels and incredible suites and traveling the world and, literally just, I mean, I've literally had a guy, it wasn't even a first date. It literally was a first hang, spend $100,000 on me. I've had somebody else present me with like $150,000 necklace. This is the initial presentation. Wow. I'm like, that's crazy, but I'll take it. Um,
Nasty. So y'all already know what's the trade-off, because dudes ain't doing all that for free. So she's saying, I will take it. Here go my box. And this is why she never met a man and felt that intimacy. Because whole time, Shorty was a sex worker this whole time. And here's the thing, right, about women who are sex workers. You can't like sell your box one time and then stop. Because it's like you found a cheat code. It's like shit, damn. So you trying to tell me you are willing to pay how much for this? Shit. I mean, I could live how I want. I mean, I could buy whatever. I could do all the bird shit that I want. I could go shopping. What? And it's like once a woman starts doing that, that's who she becomes. So this is just a story of a retired bird, or should I say, an expired bird. Because deep down inside, she really want to get back in the game, but she can't. She too old to fly, bruh. This is nasty.
I looked at that necklace. I was like, that is a down payment on a house. Let me hold on to that sucker. But
No.
you know, it rings, it just rings so hollow because then you'll see those same guys do that for other girls, kind of thing. You know, it just men's with means that's nothing to them. You know, so it's not intimacy. It's not even because they really like you. It's just very transactional. This business, this industry is extraordinarily transactional. So, yeah.
So what else? Yeah, it makes sense that being of that culture, you don't get to actually feel and experience what intimacy genuinely is.
No, no. Do you know how intoxicating it is to have the world cheering for your relationship while you're still in the honeymoon phase? You feel literally drunk in love. That's what it feels like.
Who did you experience that with?
I don't want to admit it. Oh, okay. The first person that I experienced that with, his name is Osi Umenyiora. He was a defensive end for the Giants, two-time Super Bowl champion, future Hall of Famer. Yeah, that's the first person. I hesitate to use the word soulmate, but boy, did we make sense to each other. Boy, could we like read each other's, both Scorpios. We could like read each other's minds. I predicted his whole life, his Super Bowl wins, everything. Like we were so simple. We were really simple people, just really, really visible and famous. Like our favorite thing to do was to like eat ribs in bed and watch, like binge watch TV. You know what I mean?
First of all, gross. Second of all, cute.
I mean, I love ribs. But, like,
Yeah, we know birds love to eat, but shorty, your job was to just come over, get cracked, and beat it. Like, what is she talking about?
that was like our famous, we go to the local movie theater. Like we were really, really, really like regular. But you know, it was short lived. The intoxicating nature of everybody cheering for us, you know, because then the jealousy of others set in, and then you know locker room talk and whatnot, and that had a just catastrophic.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Having a bird claim you as a man, that should be so distasteful, man. That should be hella distasteful. It's like, of all the dudes that ran through you, don't claim me as the one to cuff, though. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna make me a sucker. Like, shorty, not you. Don't say you're my ex. No, we was just having fun. That's crazy.
Effect on us. He was so young. I was young, but he was younger. I was 30, he was 25. So, yeah. And so the second time something like
Damn, son, she was preying on these dudes, bro. 30, he was 25. She 30. She's a veteran. She done been through all the rappers. See, she can't claim those rappers from back in the days. She can't claim those guys. So she learned the game, and then she like, okay, now I'm gonna pray and these little cubs, these up and coming dudes. Damn, son, Shorty was playing the game.
That happened was Flow Rider. And that's all I'll say on that.
I said it's fine. He took the permission. I said it. The phone
You have
rings.
no idea. Like I literally like
No, it's
pew,
PR.
pew.
No, it's Flo Rida's like PR person who's like, zip it up. You signed the agreement. Stop talking.
Yeah, that was there's pictures. I was going to say, unfortunately, there's pictures that you could Google, so you'll see who that was.
Damn, son. Damn, Flo. She's trying to make it seem like you a sucker, but Flo just had his fun and he doing his thing now, man. She's just a lonely bird out here trying her best to hold on to something. Flo Rider. Nobody knows. People probably forgot, like, you know what I'm saying? But she's steady trying to remind us, like, I used to mess with Flo. Flo saved me. I mean, Flo probably was going through, he saved you by mistake because you still return right back to the streets. So it's crazy.
But primarily, I would hide whoever I was dating for the main reason that I didn't want to be recognized for being anybody's girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
The reasons why I wanted to be judged by my own career, my own merit, my own accomplishments. I didn't want there to be anything said like, oh, well, she's just because she dated so-and-so. No. And when I say that I dated people who were like height of fame and no one knew because I pressured them to keep it very quiet.
But in the moment,
Shorty, yo, knock it off, yo. You was just selling box. You pressure them to keep it quiet. But you announce Flo. It's like nobody's trying to claim you, first of all. And second of all, you don't want men claiming you because it's bad for business. Man, these birds, bro.
moments when it got leaked and you were receiving that fanfare and where there was this excitement and you become basically the prince and princess of the town.
You feel like you need to keep up appearances, but it's falling apart. Especially if one person is falling out of love with the other at a faster rate. Yeah.
The worst feeling.
Yeah. So that sucks. That sucks. Because then you're left with, just what do I do? Because then you're worried that this is some kind of, effect on you. It always affects the women more than it affects the men, though.
But that also goes to say that we have finite amount of time of things to focus on. And then if we do have time to look for mates or be in those circles, we have to be very selective about the environments that we go in and what we're focused on getting. So I want to actually have this conversation with you because I have 2 daughters, right? And my kids are in Gen Alpha. Mm-hmm. And for Gen Alpha, 2/3 of the jobs that exist right now will not exist when they are of age. So it's a very uncertain future for them.
Yeah.
And we live in increasingly uncertain times right now. And I have a big gripe with hypergamy. Mm-hmm. The idea of telling my daughters that looking for a financially stable partner is the best bet, even in spite of the fact that we live in economic uncertain times. So I'm just curious from your vantage point on that, because there is so much talk about that online. And like I said, everything you described, in some people's cases, sounds like a fantasy. Mm-hmm. Like getting presented with a $150,000 necklace on day one, like that's a fantasy. Do you feel a sense of disillusionment from it? Or what would you say in response to people who look at that and say, oh, I aspire to that?
to getting the $150,000 necklace?
Well, everything that goes with it, to be putting yourself in the places where that's even possible.
Please save the young women. Hopefully, she's about to respond and say the right thing and not influence these young, impressionable women the wrong way. Let's see.
It's just not real. It would be too difficult to maintain. It would be a headache to maintain. It would be constant anxiety, and I don't want it. I did it. I don't want it. Never want that for myself anymore. So if that would be the last thing that I advised a young girl to do, to look at, you know, look at men of means being, your saving grace or your safety net. Girls are thriving. Women are thriving. We're outpacing men in every aspect of life right now. By the way, I saw their pictures. They are stunning. You must be
Oh my
so
gosh,
proud.
thank you. I am. I really, really am. And I am hopeful for them. And I am hopeful for them to have an intimate life that is fulfilling. And I also acknowledge that it comes in all forms. And don't get me wrong, I've spoken to women before who have a partner who has lots of means, and it contributes, may not be the only reason, but it definitely contributes to their feeling of appreciation to be in the relationship, love for the relationship.
And don't let me say that being like all rich men are pieces of shit. That is definitely not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
However, I've dated enough of them that there is a consistency. I call it rich man syndrome. You know what rich man syndrome looks like?
What?
Somebody got to get that. That's just their attitude. Somebody is always going to fall. Like they walk with a wake in front of them, and whatever happens behind them, they've got people just scrambling and picking things up and whatever else. And also the fact that they have the money.
Thank you.
Also is they walk with the attitude and the bravado that they are the breadwinner, and they're the ones that are affording you this luxurious life. I was never very vocal about what it was that I wanted. The vast majority.
Who cared? Shorty, you forgot you were working. Let's be real, man. See, we gotta stop this nonsense, bro. It's like, Shorty, you knew what it was. Don't be 50 years old trying to act like it wasn't what it was. It's like, this is wow.
Majority of men that I've been involved with have assumed that my love language was gifts. They weren't. It was not. It's like, okay, well, I'm not going to slap a gift horse in the mouth, but that's not my love language. That's not the primary one. The primary one is, is quality time. And then, right, physical touch,
Bro, you see why you just can't listen to these birds, bro? You see why, like, you just gotta stop? Like, for real, fam. This woman is 50 years old. She's out here single, lonely, desperate. Now she's trying to act like she's not into the superficial things anymore, but it's still who she is. You could see it in her eyes. The eyes don't lie. This is just a desperate 50-year-old bird that realized, like, oh shit, I'm out the game. I can't play ball no more with the young chicks. So it's like, I really don't know what to do out here right now. I ain't got no family. I ain't got a man. And based on the fact that my boxes ran through, I really can't keep a man. Because from the time a dude sampled that box, it's like, I'm cool. Because think about it, bro. Everybody test drive that shit before. But this is the outcome of being a bird. This is the price that you pay. Now she's here trying to play victim. After she wasted her prime years in the streets. She gave it away to the streets. From 20 to 30, went to the streets. From 30 to 40, went to the streets. Now she's 50 and this is her story. Her life is just based on a woman who was selling herself. That's just what it is. It's the price you pay, man. This is what happens when you live off the flesh. You can't cheat life. The things that you do in your prime years, you got to deal with those same things after your prime, in your future. That's why you got to be careful what you do in life, because karma always comes back around. She thought that she was doing her thing in the prime years of her life by playing good men and not taking the time out to find a good man, live righteously. No, she chose to live in the streets, man, and this is what happened. This is the outcome, y'all. Please leave your thoughts in the comments. It's your boy AyeQ. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'm out. This is what, yo, imagine him truly getting a hospital interview with Oprah, and the baby's coming out. Fellas, again, focus on yourself. That's what it is.